Good morning, everyone. Today, if you're already here, you will need a towel or sliders. If you want mat for a cushion on your wrists or hands, you're more than welcome for that as well. We'll do a little bit of floor work and some standing work as well. You gonna join us? Okay, we have one more minute. So warm up if you are already tuned in. That's always advisable before this. We are going to start standing. Can you help me teach? Okay, well, it is 8:30, so we're going to get started on our 45-minute workout today. Hopefully, YouTube does not kick me off again. It did last week or 2 weeks ago, so I'm sorry for that if you were tuned in. You will need the sliders today if you want a mat for your wrist. Also, if you want something to balance with, if you need a chair to grab onto just to help your balance, it's always better to have a little bit of help with balance if you need it, because your form will be better. So this is floorformer with me, and let's get started standing. So we're just going to start with a little bit of stretching because you kind of need it. So taking the legs out wide, you're just going to start with some little air squats, which doesn't sound like stretching, but it is. So we're just going to try to warm up the hips. You're going to go down low in a squat, nice wide squat. Toes are slightly turned out. Booty goes back. Knees are right over my ankles. I'm not letting my knees bow in or out. Just keeping them in line with my toes, just to warm up the hips. So nice and slow. We're not moving fast yet. We might not move fast all class. It just depends on the way I feel. So, couple more. We're just pulling the stomach in, especially as we go down. So think of lifting in the core as you lower, and that's going to protect your lower back. Couple more of those. We're almost done. We're going to stay down here and stretch. So just kind of moving side to side. Let the hips get a little cranky. They might be a little cranky. It's morning. We're all sequestered still a little bit. Hopefully y'all are all getting out a little bit more. From here, stand all the way up. I just want you to stretch forward. So toes face forward. We're just going to stretch over the legs. Let your head hang. Shake it out. Yes and no. You showed up this morning. Shake out the hips from side to side. If you want to take a little dangle, grabbing the elbows, you're more than welcome. And then from there, just coming back to center, soften the knees. And then pull the stomach in. You're going to round it all the way up to standing. Okay, so let's get going. We're going to start standing with one slider or one plate or your towel, whatever you have available. So I think that you can see me pretty well today. Tried to adjust the light a little bit. So from here, under the right foot, we're going to start there. Left foot is down on the ground. Feet are facing forward. We're just going to start with a little slide out to the side. So it's a lunge to the side. You're going to stay in your left leg. My booty goes back. I'm sitting back. I'm sliding that leg out slowly. I'm pulling my stomach off my thigh. And then I'm pulling back up. Exhaling, standing up nice and tall. So take it out. Inhale as you go down. But think of lifting up with your body. So you're not just letting everything collapse down. Think of lifting up and then slowly back up. I'm going to show you from the side, so keep going. You don't have to turn. I just want you to see the position of my hips. My knee is right over my ankle. My weight is in my heel. My toes, I'm able to wiggle those. And then I stand right back up. So that's your position. Down, exhale, sticking the booty out. Think of lifting in your core here, keeping that spine nice and long. So we're not contracting or rounding anything. We're just trying to find more length out of the crown of the head, out of the tailbone, and then coming up. And the slower you go on these, the more you're going to feel that glute on the left side, I'm just going to turn to face you, has to engage a little bit more. So you want to think of that glute being like a fist on your left side. You're squeezing that in. And on the right side, you're feeling that inner thigh pull up and through the pelvic floor into the low abs. We're going to do a few more of these. You should already feel your hip warming up. These are just the easiest position for the hip to warm up. Make sure that you're not going out like this, away from your leg. You're staying right over that left leg. And then coming back up slowly, nice and easy. And down. If you ever want to add weights to this routine, you are more than welcome to do so. You can add arms to this. You can always extend the arms back. We're going to hold right here. So that's just an option if you have weights and want to use them. From here, holding. Just hold. I want you to shift your weight back into that left heel. You should feel your glutes starting to grip even more as you hold that. You're going to slowly slide that right leg in. And you're going to slide it back out. Think of pushing down through the floor with that right toe. And then you're going to push down again, trying to draw in and up through the inner thigh and the stomach. Okay, so you want to use that to help you with your form, to help you protect your back nice and slow. So we're moving like turtles today. But believe me, it will get in there a little bit more. Sometimes going slower, you can find your form, you can find all the little muscles, and you can find all the little adjustments that sometimes we lose when we move too fast. So 2 more. Just drawing it in, out, bring it all the way in. I'm keeping my heel lifted on my right side. Sorry, that light is adjusting itself. So you're gonna go down and then back up 1 inch. So down, so I don't have too much weight in my right foot. It's mostly in my left. I'm just squatting down and back up. You should feel that left hip burning right now. Couple more here. So very light touch on this right leg. I can actually lift it off a little bit. But I am centered over my body. I'm not leaning out with my left hip. 1 more. And then hold. Just going to hold it there. You're going to kick that leg straight back. So I'm just going to turn for you. You're going to kick it straight back and back in. So we're going into a carriage kick. This would simulate a carriage kick on the reformer. And then back in slowly. And now, if any point this gets too much, just come up, shake out your left leg, stretch it out, and come right back and out. and back in and out. Sliding it slowly and back in. Couple more here, so nice and slow. My left leg is on fire, my quad, my glutes. Out and back in. Let's do one more, just for good measure, you know. Coming all the way back in and stand it up. We've got one more thing here. I promise we'll get off that left leg after this. So you're gonna keep that right leg straight back now. My toes just on the slider, my heel is lifted. I'm gonna lean forward now. So I'm still going into that nice deep lunge, leaning the crown of my head forward. My back is nice and long, in line with my heel. And then I'm just gonna stand it right back up. It's gonna shake. If you're doing this correctly, it should shake. So down, really lengthen through the crown of that head. Pull the stomach in, hold, feel the shake, and then try to stand back up. It's so hard when you pause at the bottom. So down, lengthen out of the crown of that head. Weight is in that left heel. Pull the stomach back in as you lift up and down. We're not doing too many of these. I know it's hard. And up. Last two. Woo. Keep that length. Exhale, draw the abs in. Squeeze your inner thighs. Last one. And then find that rotation in that left glute. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Hold it. Just hold. Hold. On this last one, I know that's terrible to do to you, right? And then coming all the way up. Woo. Shake that left leg out. So before we go to the right side, we're going to do a little core work, okay? So if at any point this gets too much, you can always come to your knees here and just make sure your booty is tucked under and you're in like a modified plank, okay? You can also come to the forearms if your shoulders or your neck bother you. That's perfectly fine. So I still have one slider. I'm going to put both my feet on it, okay? So you can either hold the modified plank, you can also just hold a plank without the slider. So a plank, bad plank, my booty is dropped, my lower back is kinked. I want you to think of squeezing your butt towards the floor. So I'm angling my pubic bone towards my face and I'm pulling up in my core. So you see my back almost domes a little bit. It's not way domed, just a little bit. So you want that nice table and back. From here, we're gonna go into bear. So bear is pulling the knees in. Squeeze the knees together. You're going to hold them right underneath your hips. You're going to drop your knees once. Come back up. Pull up with your core. Extend those legs out. We're going to do 5 of those. So that was 1. Exhale. Draw it in. Pull that belly button to your spine. Lower the knees down. Pull them back up. Pull that stomach in. So you're tucking that booty underneath you. And then squeeze the glutes and the thighs as you press out. That was 2. So bending it in. Drop the knees down. Coming up. Pull with that stomach. See how my booty is tucking under? Extend it out. 3. Pulling it in. Knees right underneath the hips. They don't come in any further. Lower the knees down a few inches. And up. You don't have to do the knee lower if that's too hard for you. Listen to your body. So bending it in. Last one. You're going to drop it down and up for 4. Pull that stomach up. So don't pull with your legs. Pull with your belly up towards the ceiling. Last one. 4. Woo! And extend it out. Squeeze. Just hold it here for 5. Squeeze your glutes. Lift up in your thighs. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring those knees down softly. No banging the knees around. We're going to come back up, and we're going to do that right side. Although our left leg is moving, I call it the right side because the right side is doing all the work. The standing leg is where your work is. Sorry, that is my puppy. His name is Riot. He's joining us today. So from here, let's go. Slider is under your left toes. Your left heel is lifted. I'm pressing down through my right heel, and I'm going to slide down into that side lunge. It's a little lateral lunge. lower it down, and then come back up. Now remember, as you lower in Pilates, we want to find more length. So you lift up with your internal, so your organs, your abs, all of those things. Feel them squeeze in and up as you lower. So we're going nice and slow, a little turtle pace today. And then back up. So really find the wrap in the outside of that right glute. Squeeze, send your hips back. My right knee right over my right ankle. It's not over my toes. It's in line with my toes, but it's over my ankle. So down, exhale. Pull the stomach up, lengthen through the crown of your head. In. Exhale down, lift in the core. Squeeze that booty like a fist. And then back up. So I'm simplifying the movement today a little bit just to give you more basics, a little bit more form. Form is always good. As you fine tune things, they will almost feel a little bit harder. They'll concentrate on the right muscles as you learn to do things correctly. So it doesn't always get easier the stronger you get. The more you refine each movement, it should almost get a little harder. You shouldn't have to do quite as many to get the right results because you're doing it correctly, which is what Pilates is all about. Couple more. So nice and slow. Send those hips back. Exhale. Inhale. Slide in. Squeeze your legs in. Press down through that toe. Squeeze up in the inner thigh. Last one. You're going to hold this one down there. All right. From here, weight is back in that right heel. I'm going to bend my left leg in. Okay? So it looks like this from the side. And then I'm going to kick it out and extend it out. Notice, knee over ankle. Okay? Nice long back, pulling that in. Just keep going. Sometimes I'm going to just give you adjustments. I'm pulling my ribs in. I'm not letting them push forward. I'm pulling those in. So see how that's nice, long spine. Okay, as long as I can get to the crown of my head and my tailbone. Keep going. I'm just going to turn towards you. So nice and slow. It should already be burning on that right side because you were working it a little bit on the other side. Okay. 2 more of these. Really slide it in. Get it right underneath that hip. Keep lifting that left heel. Okay, not a lot of weight in this leg. It's mostly still in my right leg. I'm going to lift up an inch and down. I'm going to turn so you can see it. So lift up and down. So it's very small. I'm thinking of wrapping this glute, squeezing it like I'm making a fist with my booty. Okay, lift up and back down an inch. Okay, it's super small. Think of also lifting in your stomach. So my belly button lifts to my spine. My pelvic floor pulls in like you're doing a Kegel. That helps you engage the lower belly, your inner abdominal layer, which pulls the stomach flat, which is what everybody wants. But you have to work that internal layer to get that. Up. Good. Last 2. Woo, it's burning. Last one. And then we're going to go into that back kick. So that left foot, my heel is still lifted. I'm going to extend it back. Woo! And coming all the way in, right? And back. Lengthen through the crown of that head. And back in. So this is simulating that carriage kick. Squeeze your right glute as you send that leg out. Squeeze your thigh. Okay? And then back in. And if you want to sit 1 inch lower, if you can, I can't. My right leg is a little weaker than my left. And it is on fire. And maybe I should call this the Pilates burnout exercises. Good. You're going to do 2 more. I am shaking. Last one. You're going to hold it out there. You're going to stand it all the way back up. Woo. All right. So straighten that left leg behind you. I'm going to pitch my body forward. So it's like I'm trying to make a little plank position with my body. Okay. Pressing that leg back. And then coming all the way up. Make sure that that leg stays in line with your hip. You're not trying to walk a tightrope. Keep going. And you're not going out here. That leg goes straight back behind your sits bones. So those little 2 bones you sit on. That's the alignment of the legs, okay? It also keeps you a little bit more balanced to not have your legs so close together. And then stand it back up, squeeze. Remember, find that fist in your right glute. Down, lengthen through the crown of your head. And then coming up, woo. Just a few more. It should be just completely on fire. Hold it. Find that little shake in your booty. And then come up. So if you can take a longer pause than I am, do it. Go for it. If you need to come up sooner, I get that too. Sometimes my body's like, no, I got to come back up. So down, we're going to hold this one. It's your last one. Hold. Let that glute shake. My whole body's shaking, actually. So just hold and hold. Keep breathing through it. Pull the stomach in. Squeeze those legs. And then slowly stand it back up. Woo! All right. So no slider for this next one. Actually, let's keep the slider. Just one slider. Or your towel. So we're going to keep it underneath the right foot. Okay, hopefully you can see me. The light is changing. It's so crazy this time in the morning. All right, so from here, I'm just going to drag my right, move it in that nice plank position like we found earlier, dragging my right knee to my right elbow, and I'm just going to send it out. And I'm going to drag it back in and back up. We're going to do that 2 more times. So that doesn't seem like a lot. Think of pulling, pressing down through that toe. So you're not just kind of yanking your leg in and sliding it. Use some resistance and pull your belly towards your spine. That was the last one. We're going to add on to this. So what this looks like from the front, I'll show you from this side first. You're going to bend in. You can come down and rest if you need to. Extend it across your body. Okay, so underneath my left side, bend it back in and back. From the front, that looks like this. I'm bending my knee in. I'm extending it to my left. I'm feeling my oblique fire to get in this position. I'm pulling it back to center and back. Okay, so in. Leg goes to the opposite side. This is my right leg on my left side. Good. Do a few more of those. So bend, extend. I might have to change the light. Let's do 2 more of these. Bend in your right knee. Extend it to the left. Find that squeeze. Last one. And then hold that plank. Just hold. For 5, 4. Keep pulling up. 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and press back to child's pose. I'm just going to adjust the light just a little. Oh, there it goes. Just a little bit. Doesn't like when I'm standing on the ground, I guess. Okay. So from here, we're going to do the left side. So after you've done child pose, shake out your wrists. If you need to do a little wrist stretch, that's good. Again, we're going slow today on purpose. So just so that you can get a little bit more form out of this. We're going to the left side. So sliders under my left toe, pulling up in my core. I'm getting a lot of arm work here. So rotate your eyes of your elbows, the inner elbow forward. That's going to slide your lats down. You're going to bend that left knee in. And then back out. Squeeze. Make sure you're squeezing in your legs, using them, stand in them. Okay, a lot of people forget. Plank is not just about your arms and your abs. Your legs have to work too. It's a full body exercise. Last one. And back out. You're going to add that twist. So bend that knee in, extend it over to the right. Bend it back to your left elbow and send it back. So left knee comes in. Extend it underneath you to the right. Bend it back in and down. In. And over. My arms are burning. And back down. I did a bunch of push-ups yesterday. And in. And out. Pull the stomach in. Feel that pull across your waistline. Last one. Woo! Feel that pinch in there. Bend it in. Drop that. Drop to your knees. Press back to child's pose. Taking a nice few deep breaths here. You should already be sweating. I am. All right. We're gonna come back up. We're doing a little bit extra booty, sorry. Hello. So we're doing a little bit extra booty today. We're gonna do a curtsy lunge. So a curtsy cross is behind you. So this one, if you need a little help balancing, by all means grab something. You're going to stand up nice and tall, okay? Again, find that squeeze. I'm gonna show you from the side. All of that. I'm not tucking my booty under to get it. I'm just exhaling and everything is squeezing in this way. So it's like it's smaller through here, okay? Like somebody's wrapping something around your waist. So from here, you're gonna stand. Slider is underneath your right toe one more time, okay? A curtsy goes behind you, okay? So my knees are crossed. As I go down, I'm still sliding my left hip back, and this curtsy is gonna be a straight leg, so it's gonna look like this. I'm crossing over, my hip goes back, and then back up to center, okay? So here, that back leg stays straight. I'm gonna bend my front knee, sliding it out. It's almost like a crossed over lunge, okay? So down. Keep going. Sorry, he's old. Sometimes we need a little help in life. And then slowly back up. And you're gonna slide down. Leaning forward. Keep your core engaged. Don't let your butt wink over too much to the side. Okay, it will go a little bit to the left. You don't want it to go all the way and totally twist your body. You're still trying to keep some alignment with your upper body. And back up. Should be shaking because the leg's tired from all the other stuff we did. And back up. 2 more. So these will be a little shorter set because we did such a long set on the legs before. They're already fatigued. So this will be the last one here. Hold. Now you got a kick back. So I'm just going to hold you. You're just bringing the leg in. So it comes right behind, taps the back of my left knee, and then I kick it back out. Boop. So in, tap the back of the left knee. So right knee taps left knee and back out. So you're in that little cross. Bend and out. I'm leaning forward with my body. Okay, nice straight back. My abs are tight. Last 2. Woo! Bernie, Bernie. And 1. Hold it there. Find that length. My leg is shaking too. Go up down 1 inch, up 1 inch. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Woo! Stand up, shake that out. All right. Guess what? Other side. We'll just go straight to the other side. Okay, so the slider is underneath your left toes. Your right heel is planted down. I'm really lifting up through the right heel all the way through my right side. From here, curtsy lunge to the back. Left leg goes back. Left leg is straight. And then come all the way back up. So make sure, keep going. You're gonna come down. Make sure this doesn't happen. See my spine? Pull that in. Pull your abs in. Help yourself. So this, even if you only go down to here, and you feel that without it hurting your back, fine. Okay? So you listen to your body. Some people can go deeper than I can in this lunge, and it's perfect form. Some people just can't go that far yet. Believe me, you'll get stronger. So down. Try to hit your edge. You always want to hit just before the edge. You want to be able to get back up. So down. Good. I'm also talking so I distract you. From probably the pain in your right hip right now. And back up. Let's do 2 more. So really lifting through your core, lengthen through the crown of your head. Last one. Ooh, hold it there. So kissing knee to knee. Pull the left knee in, kiss the back of your right knee, and extend it back out. My shoulders are open. I'm not holding in my upper body. I'm relaxing all of this and finding length. So I'm thinking of finding height, even though I'm in this stationary position. Okay, always thinking of lengthening more and more and more out of the crown of my head. Couple more. So bending in and out. This is simulating a carriage kick too, standing on the floor when you're doing the reformer. Last one, hold it there. Find your edge. Make sure that knee is over your ankle, not your toes. Lift up an inch, down an inch. Open those shoulders. Up, down. Nice long neck. Up. Try not to let everything round. Lift up. Get taller. Couple more. Good, just one more. Up. Woo. Stand and shake it out. All right. Let's get rid of the sliders for a second. Those are pretty hard. So if you have a mat or if you have carpet, that's fine. We're going to just slide down onto our mats. I'm going to angle this down just a little bit more so you can see me. All right, so from here, we're coming to the floor, and we're going to have the sliders nearby. Okay, we're going to roll down onto our backs. So I'm on a nice sticky surface. And then pressing my legs down, we're just going to go for a few glute bridges without the sliders, letting our bodies reset, arms down by the side. If you have neck and shoulder issues, you can always do what I call robot arms. Then you press down through the elbow and it kind of keeps your shoulders open. So whichever is good for you. You're going to tuck the tailbone under. So we start a neutral spine. My tailbone's down and my pubic bone and my hip bones are in one line. So I shouldn't have this tilt of my pubic bone. My pubic bone should be completely level. It's usually a little higher than our hip bones. So we're trying to make that level. There's a little space in my low back. From here, I exhale and I pull the navel in so tightly that I start to round the pelvis and tilt it back. And then I lift up into a bridge, okay? From here, I draw my ribs in. So we're just walking through this slowly, technique-wise, pulling the ribs down first. And then it's like somebody's kind of poking my stomach. One vertebra at a time, okay? So back goes down one vertebra at a time. It's like if you're just doing a little tap down the belly. That's what that should feel like. Rounding up again. Roll that pelvis up. We're just doing 4 of these. Nice and long. Nice long neck. Think of reaching through the back of your ears. Lifting the hips. Exhale, draw the ribs in. You can even make a shushing sound. Sometimes that actually helps control the breath out, making it nice and long. Inhale, tailbone down, pubic level with your hip bones. Exhale, pull the stomach in. That back rounds, and then you press the hips up, okay? So you want to feel your core a lot when you do bridge. It's not sort of an ab exercise. It should be an ab exercise and a glute exercise. So rolling up, we're going to hold it this time, okay? Pull that stomach in tight. Find the length in the shoulders and the neck so my ears are reaching down towards the mat. From here, I'm just going to do a little pulse up. My weight is in my heels. If you want to make the hamstrings engage more, lift your toes off. Putting all the weight in the heels, and you'll feel the hamstrings pull in tighter. So up and back down, and up and down. This should be a little break, not for your legs, but it should be a little break for your body just to be able to relax the upper body down. Last 2. And 1. We're going to roll it all the way down. We're going to go into one of my favorite ab exercises. Okay, before we get back to the fun sliders, we're going to bring the legs and arms up. So if you have tight hamstrings, by all means, keep your legs here, or you can even bend them into what we call tabletop, which is knees right over your hips, and then the feet are in line with your knees, right? So from here, I like to extend them up. Either is fine. So you can do this with your legs, or you can have the legs up here, slightly bent or straight. Arms are straight up. So from here, I want you to draw, as you exhale, your belly down. I want you to think of pressing everything into the mat. So you're really flattening that back. And then inhale. We're just going to do that one more time. So that neutral spine, my pubic bone's in line with my hip bones. Now I'm going to exhale. And I'm going to squeeze everything in. So that's real core strength, being able to squeeze in from all sides of your core instead of just contract or push your abs out.
True strength comes from contracting it all into the center of your body. Okay? From here, we're going to reach the left arm and the left leg out. So inhale, send the arm and leg out. Only go to the point where you can keep your back flat today, okay, on the mat. Exhale, draw it back in. We're going nice and slow because that hold is going to be where you feel your abs. No tension in the neck. I'm pressing my back down. I'm pulling my abs to my spine so that I imprint. Inhale as I lengthen out, hold. Feel a shake in your core. Exhale, draw it back to center. So if you have neck issues, this is a great one because you don't have to use your head. Inhale, left arm, left leg, hold. Feel that oblique start to fire now because you're working one side. Exhale, draw it back. Again, I'll do the modification if you want that. Right arm, right leg, you can also tap it down like this, okay? You'll still feel it. And then pull it back to tabletop for those of you who have a tighter hamstring. We're gonna do that 2 more times on each side. So yes, we're moving slow, but you should feel this if you're doing it correctly. Other side, right leg, right arm. Exhale, drawing back in. And inhale, extend the left arm, left leg. Squeeze your glute. Don't let that leg turn off just because it's floating in space. Okay, you're trying to work all the little muscles in your body, right side and back up. You're going to hug those legs in. You should have felt your low belly. If you didn't, on the next exercise, think of drawing your belly button to your spine. So think of putting on a tight pair of pants. You have to suck in. That's the muscle that we're trying to work. So extending up. I'm so sorry. It's getting so dark in here. So you're going to inhale, extend both arms and legs out. Try to keep that back flat. If this is all you can do, then that's fine. Bring it back to center, okay? So you go to your edge. My edge is different than yours. Okay, so out, squeeze, hold, shake. Exhale back in. For those of you who want to make it a little harder, you can float the head off and you can go here. You can get into those upper abs a little bit and then exhale up. We're going to do 2 more of those. Out, extend everything out, 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 out. And back up. Last one, out. Extend and back up. Bring those knees in. You should have felt your core. Nice. It's a very nice core exercise. Okay, so bringing those sliders back to your heels. Okay, so let me just check the time. So you're going to keep the sliders underneath your heels. We're going to go back into bridge today. So for me, for this one, I really do like the robot arms because when you push down like this, a lot of people's shoulders round forward like this. And we want to keep your shoulder girdle open. That means your lats are engaged and you're using the right muscles. You're not using the front of your neck and your pecs. You want to turn all of that off. Turn your back body on. So push those elbows down like a little robot. And then you are going to pull that stomach up. We're going to go back into that bridge, okay? Woo! From here, you're just going to slide your right heel out. Try to keep your right hip up. If you cannot straighten the leg all the way without dropping that hip, then don't, okay? Pull it back slowly with your hamstring, okay? We're going to go left side. So keep those hips level across. Pull the belly button to your spine. Tight pair of pants. We're going to do tight pair of pants. Extend that left leg out. Exhale, draw it back in. Feeling that hamstring. So the slower you go, the more you're going to feel that little in your hamstring, okay? Press down through those elbows. Inhale, right leg out. Exhale, pull it back in slowly. Think of pushing your heel down to the ground. So if you're pushing it into the ground, you're finding that resistance, like you're moving through water or there's actual weight. Push the heel down, left heel down, pull it back. Woo, all right. If that feels too much on your shins, you can always relax your toes a little bit. That will take it out of the shin. Sometimes that happens. And then pull it back in slowly. Left side. Keep pressing down through those elbows. Find length in the front of the neck. And that doesn't mean chin up. That means chin down. Think of almost making a little bit of a double chin, and you'll feel that the back of the neck gets long. It feels kind of nice. It doesn't feel good to have a double chin. but it's better on the back of the neck and it helps it relax. Good. One more each side, all right? So right leg out. Squeeze your butt. Don't forget about it. And then pull it back in. Pull that stomach in so you protect that low spine. Out. And pull it back in. Press down through your heels. Lift your hips 1 inch higher and lower. So as I'm lifting, I'm pulling my abs down. So my booty lifts, my abs pull down. Okay, you're finding that opposition in your body to help it support the right movement. Up and down. Up and down. Squeezing that tissue. Think of rolling your inner thighs down so your knees don't splay. They're staying straight up and down. Good. Last one. Hold it up there. Inhale. Exhale. Pull the stomach in. Round down through your ribs first, your mid back, your low back, tailbone hits. Relax those legs, draw your knees in. So got a little hamstring work in there, not that we didn't before, but you know. All right, so from here, I want to work the back body just a little bit before we end. So I'm going to leave my mat like this just so I don't have to adjust anything. So we're going to lie down on the floor on our bellies. So this is for your upper back, not for your lower back will get strengthened, but in a different way. So when you're doing any kind of prone work, so belly down kind of work, you want to think of pushing your pubic bone into the mat. So watch how my body is relaxed here. I have a lot of curve in my low back. I want to get rid of that curve by pushing my pubic bone down and pulling my belly button, that little tight pant exercise. I'm pulling my navel to my spine and pushing my pubic bone down. Okay, my glutes turn on a little bit, it's not from my glutes that's happening. It's happening from my lower abdominal layer. So pulling my belly button up, pressing my pubic bone down, you should feel a relief right back here in your low spine. Keep that feeling. That does not change this entire exercise. So press the tops of your feet down. Your arms come by your side. Your head is looking straight down, forehead touching the mat. Okay, from here, I'm going to inhale, keep pressing the pubic bone down. Inhale, squeezing my lats down, these big muscles right here. I'm reaching my palms up, sliding my shoulders down. I'm thinking of lengthening through the crown of my head. I'm not going for this motion. No bueno. It's hard on the back, okay? We're not going there yet. We're working the upper back. So inhale, press the pubic bone down, lifting your core. Your belly should not push into the mat as you reach your upper body forward and up, okay? So my belly is still lifted, still a little space here. And then roll it back down. Inhale, squeeze your shoulder blades together, the tips of your shoulder blades. Inhale, lift up, lengthen through the crown of your head. Not here. Lengthen through the top of it. And then back down. Keep pressing that pubic bone down. Inhale, lift, opening the ribs a little bit, but keeping that belly lifted off the mat. You should feel a lot of work right here. And back down. Keep pressing the legs down. Okay, I'm lifting my thighs up. So my feet are still touching. My thighs kind of lift off because they're engaged too. Okay, one more of those. We're going to hold this one. So I'm going to have you inhale, hold it up there. You're going to extend your arms forward. My palms roll down. And then I'm going to roll it back. If that feels too hard, by all means, just hold here. Okay? Inhale. Swing my arms forward. Woo! Now I'm going to feel a little bit more towards my mid-back. That's also your core, everyone. So your core is not just your six-pack or your obliques. Your core is all the way around your body. It's the center of your body. Okay? Your trunk. Inhale, forward, palms down. Exhale, palms rotate back up as I swim back. Look how open my shoulders are. They're not here. Okay, I'm squeezing my back down. Last one, inhale, forward, palms down. Exhale, don't worry, we have a little back stretch after this. Hold here, lift up 1 more inch, but press your pubic bone down. Make sure that that belly's lifted. Hold. Nice deep breath. And slowly back down. You're going to press back to child's pose. Pull those knees. Take the knees wide for this one. And then just sink down. letting your forehead hit the mat. From here, nice deep belly breath. And then also think of breathing in those back ribs. So you expand, nice deep belly breath. And then also think of breathing in those back ribs. So you expand through the back of the ribs, releasing that back and any tension. We're going to walk the hands over to the right. So walking the hands over to the right, if it's available to you, cross that left palm on top of right, and relax the head to the forehead to the floor. So shift your hips over a little bit to the left so you get a little extra side stretch. And just take a nice few deep breaths into the belly and back. And walking it through center. You don't walk it over to the other side. If it's available, right hand on top of left, trying to press the right shoulder down into the ground. Forehead is square to the mat. You're not cranking your neck to the side. You're just trying to let that spine get a little bit of rotation. You can shift your hips over to the right if you want. Give you a little extra side stretch in the low back and the hip. And then from there, we're going to do one more stretch. So walk it back to center and then curl yourself back up. We're going to do a little pigeon stretch. So actually, let's skip pigeon because pigeon's hard for a lot of people. So we will go into this because our hips are going to be tight. You're going to sit on your booty. This will be better. You're going to cross your right ankle over your left knee. You're going to walk your legs in like this. And you're going to push your chest forward. Okay? This is kind of like the figure four. You can also do it. So if this feels great, keep it here. I'm just going to show you the other one. You can lay down and thread your hands through, grabbing your left shin. So my right leg is over my left, and then I'm just pulling in. So either one. I like this one because I don't have to pull with my arms, and then I can press my chest forward and open my shoulders. It just feels a little bit nicer, and I'm not, curling my tailbone. I'm just kind of sitting there. You can also rock it. Rocking sometimes is nice in a stretch. Just a nice, gentle rock. Just kind of lets it loosen a little bit, okay? So either stretch, whatever you do on this side, let's do it on the other side. So you're gonna cross that left ankle over the right leg, bend that knee in, and then if you're here, make sure you're not here. Make sure you're pressing your chest forward. That means you have to walk your hands back or go down to your elbows. That's fine. Whatever is available to you, okay? Really listening to what your body is capable of at this moment. It's always different. Every day there's something different in my body that I have to, make adjustments for, or skip an exercise, or, find something new to engage and a way to work it out. So just really be mindful of what your body needs and what it wants. All right, so that should be it for today. Let's just do one little stretch to the side. So on the knees, or you can sit in easy pose. Either one is fine. I like to sit on my knees because this feels better. So from here, hand down, right hand down. I'm going to just stretch it over to the left. I'm reaching my hips to the left. Okay, so I'm reaching over to the right. My hips are reaching to the left. I'm just getting a nice side stretch. If you got neck issues, nose down to the ground. It just helps stretch out the neck a little bit more. And then come all the way back to center, over to the other side. Ooh, it's like a little mermaid stretch. Feel it all along here, which does get tight when you do a lot of legs. Okay, that low back and the top of the hip can also get a little cranky. And then come back to center. And you are all done today. Make sure you stretch out anything that feels like it got work today, especially a little bit later on. And hopefully I will see you in a few weeks. Bye.